Kal Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to the elect. I'm Brother Taza Pai, got with me today.
Brother Zion Nala.
Yeah, we're just going to go into the parable of Yahweh Shai, dealing with the rich young master. So we're going to begin this lesson, get right down to it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is, the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Right, so here we have Yahweh Shai telling the young master, this rich young ruler, to keep the commandments. If you go to, you'll get that 5 and 11 in Judges for me.
Come on.
And this is what we also say. But you have IUIC camps all throughout the U.S., and they harping on the law as if the law is going to deliver or save you, you know? And we agree and we teach exactly as Yahweh Shai teaches, to keep the commandments. If thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. But Yahweh Shai just doesn't stop there. But this is what we always constantly say. Go ahead, brother.
This is Judges chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers.
Right. The noise of the archers is talking about the nuclear destruction right here in America. Go ahead.
In the places of drawing water.
Right, the place of our captivity. The place of drawing waters is the place of our captivity or slavery or servitude. America.
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh.
Right, rehearsing the righteous acts is us keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities, and we always teach that. So it's not going to be perfect because we're in this sinful captivity in a sinful flesh. So there's no way we're going to keep the law perfect. And that goes into, in the book of John, then we might as well get there. Is that it on that? That was the point. You can finish it out.
All right. It say, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel, then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates.
Okay, come on. So, right, we preach to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities. Now, if we go and look in the book of 1 John, get the first chapter, get verse 8.
Come on.
1 and 8.
This is 1 John chapter 1, verse 8. If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us.
Right. So when you say that you can keep the law perfect, is to say that basically you don't sin. And then if you saying that, then basically the truth is not in you. Yeah, we all sin, and there's no way possible that you can keep the law perfect. So yeah, you can bring that out one more time, brother.
Come on. If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us.
Exactly. And they'll tell you in these IUIC camps, because we dealt with the one out here in Houston, and they say they keep the law. They saying they keep the law perfect. They don't go off in the law, and they are in deception. They are deceived, and they are deceiving. They are deceiving and being deceived at the same time. And the truth is not in them. And this goes to faulty leadership. You know, so we'll go back to Matthew, brother.
This is Matthew chapter 19,
Verse 17.
17. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is, the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. And he said unto him, Which? Yahweh Shai said, Thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery,
Right.
thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
That's right. So Yahweh Shai is telling them, keep the commandments. But again, he doesn't just stop there. Read on.
The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet?
Right. So this young man, he kept the commandments. And when he say he kept the commandments, you know, I believe he kept them on point. You know, not as a hypocrite, not as IUIC claim they keep the commandments, but I believe this young man kept them commandments on point, just like he said from his youth up. Or else Yahushua would have called him on it if he didn't. But let's see what Yahushua tells him. Go ahead.
Yahushua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. Now
this is the key right here. Now Yahushua replied to the man after he told him, I kept the law from my youth up. So Yahushua told him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. So it's a whole nother aspect to this truth that we're dealing with, man. It's a whole nother aspect to our doctrine. The key element of it, matter of fact, and that's faith. This young man couldn't, Yahushua told him that for a reason. Because Yahushua, let's get that Jeremiah 17:10. Yahushua knew this man's heart. Because did not Yahushua say, behold, I come in the volume of the book? Now before we get that, let's get Hebrews 4:12. Yahushua say he come in the volume of the book. And what did this book do? It's a discerner and thoughts of the intents of the heart. So Yahushua already knew this man's heart. That's why he told him that, to go and sell all that he had. Yahushua knew that this man's heart was tied up in his riches. And he wanted to try this young man's faith. Read that, what it say, brother?
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
Right, and Yahushua is the word which came in the flesh and dwelt among us. Go ahead.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
And is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart, man. This word can read you. This is a word that we not only read, but it reads us. And Yahushua read this young man. He seen him coming a mile away. Yahushua seen this young man coming up, you know. He was keeping the law perfect. Ain't that what IUIC push?
God.
Keep the law, keep the law, keep the law. This brother used to watch Nate, you know, before he came into the full truth under Great Millstone. And they was constantly harping and pushing the law. Now here we have right here, man, we have a young man who kept the law. Probably as close to perfect as anyone else. Yet that wasn't good enough. What did Yahushua say? Read 21 again, brother.
Verse 21, Yahushua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect.
Okay, if thou wilt be perfect. Because what did he need to be perfected? Faith in Yahushua. Faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. He needs that to be perfect.
God. This is verse 21. Yahushua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me.
Right, then Yahushua said, and come and follow me. So, in this truth, man, and then that even goes into Revelation, the 14th chapter. It says that they that were redeemed, you know, basically the elect, they followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. So if you are to be perfect, man, you got to have faith, and you got to follow Yahushua, just like he said, daily. You know, take up that cross. He said to, he put it, he said, take up your cross and follow me daily. Let's just bring that out to be on point. Luke 9 and Luke 9 and 13, is it?
This Luke 9,
23.
and 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me.
That's the point. And follow Yahweh Shai. This is required of us. This is that's a commandment. So if we go ahead and get that Jeremiah, brother.
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 10. It says, I, Yahweh, search the heart. I try the reins,
right.
Even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
Exactly. So Yahweh Shai, he searched the heart. He tried the reins, man. So he's going to, just like we just read, he's going to discern the thoughts and intents of the heart. Now, that's what Yahweh Shai did with this young man. And you got a lot of Israelites out there today, man, that think they can just fake the funk, man, and just masquerade through this truth. They think they can just masquerade their way through this truth, man. And Yahweh Shai, he tries the reins. He judges a man's heart. And if your heart ain't right with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and your faith ain't on point, you gonna miss the ship. And when I say miss the ship, I mean you're gonna die in the destruction that's coming to America. You won't be on the chariot.
That's right.
You know? So, right, this is, you know, these parables are beautiful, man, that Yahweh Shai was bringing out, man, because there's so much wisdom in it. And according to Romans 15:4, we know that the things written aforetime were written for our learning. So all these scriptures, man, were here for our benefit and our learning. So we should learn the lesson. Now, you got something, brother? You can bring with that.
Come. I have two precepts. This Galatians 2:16. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Good.
Even we have believed in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, that we might be justified by the faith of Mashiach, and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified.
Man, that's a killer. That's a killer right there. That's the killer precept, man. By the works of the law shall no flesh, no man be justified. Man. Read that first verse again you read.
Come. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Yeah, that's a mouthful right there. It's all about the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. You know, and that young man, he just didn't have it in him. You can't make yourself be faithful unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That comes with the faith, with the grace of Yahweh. You know, that's a gift. Faith is a gift. And then if you were blessed enough to receive faith from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you must perfect that faith. You must strengthen that faith. Your faith must grow in this truth. Or else it'll be taken away. Just like Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave it, he can take it away. All right?
Even we have believed in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, that we might be justified by the faith of Mashiach, and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified.
Yeah, come on. So by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. Yep, that's right. That's them faith-based niggas at it again, man. We at it again. It's all about the faith. Go ahead, Doc.
This is verse 21. I do not frustrate the grace of Yahweh, for if righteousness came by the law, then Mashiach is dead in vain.
Mm-hmm. Right, what's the point of him coming and dying on the cross if it was all about the law? You know? Then he died in vain. He came in the flesh and endured all that suffering and pain for nothing. You know? Go ahead, brother.
The word frustrate in Galatians 2:21 is atatio, and it says to do away with, to set aside, disregard, to thwart the efficiency of anything, nullify, make void, frustrate, to reject, to refuse, to slight. So basically, you guys at IUIC, y'all have done away with the grace that the Most High had bestowed upon you and took upon the law. You guys should name yourselves IUIM, Israel United in Moses, because y'all all about the law. Y'all are not about Yahweh Shai, neither are y'all about Yahweh.
Exactly.
You guys are fakes, you guys are phonies, and the judgment of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai will soon come upon you guys at IUIC.
Yeah, and again, that goes back to leadership. There's a failure in leadership. And some of them guys may be sincere that's underneath. But they're going to have to wake up, man, wake up to the truth and see what time it is, man. So, yeah, that's it. The Most High, he going to try the reins, man, of every man. So you got to be right. So go ahead, and this is one aspect of what this parable is showing you right here. Your heart is going to have to be right. You're going to have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And as the book of Colossians 3, if you get that from the first, right at the top, Colossians 3:1, man, we got to set our affections on things above, not things on the earth, not carnal, fleshly things, like this young man here in this parable did. His affection was on his possessions. So what does that say?
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 1. If ye then be risen with Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where Mashiach sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh. Set your affections on things above, and not on things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid in Mashiach, in Yahweh.
Okay. Yeah, that's good right there, brother. So, right. We must set our affections on things above, just like Matthew chapter 6 says, store your treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, not on the earth. And Nate, you sit there, man, you storing up your treasures here on earth, man, the wicked and foul, degraded kingdom. You serve mammon. Your heart is with mammon. And that's the second part of this parable that illustrates that, Nate, you just ain't right, man. You sold out. It's plain to see that you sold out.
Con.
Now let's read the rest of the parable.
Verse 20. The young man said, Shalaki. Verse 22. Well, I'll just read 21 over. Verse 21, Yahweh Shai said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions.
Right, he went away sorrowful because he had great possessions. So why would anybody want to go and get possessions in this world? Seeing that, well, let's read on. Let's see what Yahweh Shai told his disciples.
Then said Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. So
why seek ye riches? Yahweh Shai is telling you right here, a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. So why would you set your affections on the things of this earth, on riches, man, on wealth, on gain, which is not godly? The scriptures speak about a godly gain, which is growing in the knowledge and wisdom, in the depth of wisdom and understanding of this word. But why would you seek the worldly things, man, basically from the feet of your master Esau? Why would you seek to be rich? That's foolish. Go ahead.
And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh.
Go ahead.
When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, Who then can be saved? But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, With men this is impossible, but with Yahweh all things are possible.
Come. So right, man, when you got all these riches, man, in this kingdom, they distract you from this truth. They weigh you down. You know? They cater to your fleshly side. And you got money, man, you're going to want to enjoy that money. You ain't going to want to hunker down and discipline yourself in this truth. You're going to want to be out, you know, jet setting and whatnot, what have you. Enjoying all them riches, man. And you're not going to be focused in this truth, which what we fixing to bring out right now, man. Let's get that Matthew 6:19.
Come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
Right. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Go ahead.
But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Right. What are your treasures that you're supposed to lay up in heaven, man? All your works of righteousness. Going out on the highways and byways, doing the work. You know, putting shows together, doing lessons, edifying the elect. You know, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Keeping the high holy days to the best of your ability. That's storing up your treasures in heaven, man. Bringing forth fruit, meat for repentance. Go ahead, Doc.
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
And that's true. You got treasure laid up in earth, man. Just like look at IUIC. Look at Nate. Look what he teaches his congregation, man. To be a family man, you know. Go to school, get a good job. All the shit that we learned in the world. That's what the world taught us. But see, when you do that, then your heart is set in Babylon. You're not looking for Yahushua to come back. You're not looking to be delivered. You steady focused on doing what you're doing, and you're going to miss the ship. You know, you try and focus on things of this world, man, getting your family in order, getting your family together, and this and that, and you're going to totally miss Yahushua. You know? Go ahead, brother. That's because where your treasure is, that's where your heart will be. And you can see that how Nate teaches, his heart is not in the return of Yahushua. Because he knows his judgment is coming. When Yahushua come back, he got a judgment coming. Read on, brother.
The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
Right, and there's darkness in you, Nate. And there's darkness within your congregation of IUIC, and mainly because y'all don't push the name. The name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is the main light. That's their main oil, like me and the brother was going into Matthew 25. That's the key element of that oil that you need for your lamp, to have your lamp burning, is that name. So y'all are super dark, man. Y'all got lamps with no oil in them. So it's dark in IUIC. The light is in GMS. Whether you don't like how we teach, you don't like what we tell you, what the scriptures say about rape. You don't like what we say about, the legal marriageable age for a woman. You know, that doesn't have any bearing to do with the truth. I mean, that is the truth, but just because you don't like how we bring it out, that don't have any bearing on the truth. Truth is truth. you know? So whether a brother speak it rough or speak it nice and smooth, truth is truth. Go ahead, Doc.
No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon.
That's right. You ain't gonna serve two masters, man. No man can serve two masters. You're gonna hold to the one and hate the other, you know, or vice versa. You can't serve Yahweh and Mammon. And this is why, Nate, you being exposed right now. You looking real bad. You looking bad in IUIC, man, because now you become a servant unto Mammon. That's why your guys don't go out in the winter, because that money's saying let them take off, because you don't want them to leave your organization and lose their revenue. So basically you obeying Mammon right now. Mammon in the first place told you don't teach the name Yahweh Shai under that 501c3. When Yahweh told you to manifest his name, and we got videos on you breaking down the name, and then now all of a sudden you don't know the name. Yeah, because Mammon told you that you don't know the name. So you can't, when Yahweh Shai told you to make his name manifest and teach his name, why are you not teaching his name? Because the scripture's gonna always be true. No man can serve two masters. You become a servant unto Mammon. And Mammon telling you don't teach the name. If you let your guys say, man, it's too cold, we can't go out, you gonna let them go out for Mammon's sake, because you don't want to lose that, you know, that congregation. And then that's a slippery slope. Once you start on one thing, first is the winter, next is gonna be the summer, it's gonna be too hot. Then next thing you know, y'all gonna be coming out here and there, once or twice a year, because you're not doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You serving Mammon, and Mammon don't give a damn if you go out there at all, except for only to deceive. That's your whole purpose. You know, you ain't going out there to tell the truth. Your job is to deceive, and it's got to be that. You know, you doing the job in unrighteousness to basically to be a stumbling block for the undesirables. But for the sincere brothers that's in IUIC, man, you better wake up to the truth. Great Millstone got the light. You know? So let's read on. That's good, and then we get that precept you got, brother.
God, this is 1 Timothy 6 and verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which draw men in destruction and perdition.
Right, so why would you want to invite that on yourself, man? The scriptures say that they that be rich fall into temptation. So why would you? And then the major test of faith is the hour of temptation.
God.
So they that be rich gonna fall into it. Why? Because they don't want to lose that money. They gonna take that chip. When you sit there and you stored up your treasures on earth, and you set your affections on things in the earth, man, you're gonna take that mark of the beast, because you don't want to lose your possessions. So the scriptures do not lie, man. Romans 3:3 says, let God be true. Let Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai be true, and every man a liar. So this is truth, man. They that be rich should fall into temptation, and that hour of temptation is near. It's coming. Matter of fact, it's coming. It's upon us.
God.
The mark of the beast is here. They just ain't fully implemented it yet. But all the rich, that's why you got white folks taking the chip already, because they don't want to lose their little, you know, they want to secure their wealth into this next, what they think is going to be the next generation. Not knowing that Yahweh Shai is coming to upset this white man's enterprise. But go ahead, Doc.
For the love of money is the root of all evil,
That's right.
which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows.
Man, speak on that verse right there, brother.
Yeah, come, man. Hey, the love of money is the root of all evil, man. And niggas who love money, man, they'll do anything for that money. And so, Nate, you have coveted after that dollar bill. And you have erred from the faith, and you pierced yourself through with many sorrows. Meaning what? You get your ass rebuked left and right. You can't do anything without the apostles of GMS getting on your ass about everything that you do. And they gonna stay on you until Yahweh Shimi Hawashai bring his judgment upon you.
That's right. Read that one more time, brother.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Now that's the part I wanted. They have erred from the faith. Nate, you completely erred from the faith, man. We saw you breaking down the name beautifully.
Come.
Now all of a sudden you got amnesia. You erred from the faith. You know, you don't have the breakdowns no more. You know, I mean you got some of them, but a lot of the stuff you go into, you go off on. You mockingly call us faith-based Israelites. You know, making mockery of us because you erred from the faith. So go ahead, brother.
But thou, O man of Yahweh, flee these things, and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness. Fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses.
You can speak on it, brother.
Yeah, come, man. Hey, here at Great Millstone, we are going to flee that dollar and all worldly lust, and we are going to follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness. And we also going to fight the good fight of faith until the end, because that's all that we have. And we got that through the grace of Yahweh Shimi Hawashai that he bestowed upon us. So we're going to endure to the end, like the scriptures say, and see what Yahweh got for us. Because we are not going to sell out to Esau and his damn money and not get a part of his system. We are going to do this work until the end. Either we have to die like Stephen, or we're going to get delivered or when that time comes. But I'd rather die than sell out to this damn devil any day.
That's right, brother. Hell yeah, man.
So,
yeah, hey. With that, man, hey, these faith-based Israelites signing off, man. Till next time, brothers. Shalom.
Shalom.